In week two's module, I have the directions for writing your research proposal, the first essay that you're going to write for the class, and of course I have a link here that you can click on and open up the research proposal assignment. And then I have two example proposals that I want you to kind of look at to see that you can model your proposal after. Whenever we look at the examples, I want you to try to see how they actually follow the directions that are listed here. Whenever you go to set up your research proposal, at the top you're going to put your name, the name of the course, research proposal, my name, and then the date, and notice that all this is single space. There's no blank lines between any of the lines of type. The title at the top is going to be the topic that you selected, not the question that you chose. Just give me the topic, such as obesity in America, obesity in children, the internet and the government. Not the question, just the topic at the top. Then you're going to have three sections. You're going to have an overview, a purpose statement, and a research plan. Your proposal is going to need to be between 800 and 825 words in length. Anything less than 800 is going to be minus 1 point per word, and of course it's going to be Times New Roman 12-point font and double space. So yours is going to be set up to look exactly like the example that I have here. You'll see that each one of the sections is going to be bold-faced and flush to the left, and you are going to put these headers up here at the top. There will be the overview, purpose statement, and research plan as stated here, and you'll need to have a header up at the top, which will be your last name and the page number. The overview section is where you're going to simply go through and give a synopsis of what your topic is about. You're going to write a brief little overview stating the background of the problem, how did it get started, when did it get started, how did it escalate, what kind of problems are centered around it. You're going to convince me that you've read several articles thoroughly and thoughtfully about the topic, and you show me that you understand what it is that you've read and that you have an interest in this and how this problem will affect other people, to try to give some type of general knowledge or general background here. Notice here it says it should not be cited. There is nothing cited in this section. You won't say that one author believes or affirms or whatever. You're going to just simply give me a brief overview of the topic here. The purpose statement is where you're going to actually come up with a purpose statement about your topic. And I've given you an example here. The purpose of this research is to examine vicious dog laws and how their ineffectiveness actually acts as reinforcement. You're going to go through and give me your purpose statement, and then you're going to go into specific details about questions and concerns that you have with the issues of this topic. What is it that you're attempting to try to learn about this particular problem? What are the sources stating that's relevant to your thesis statement here as part of the purpose of what it is that you're going into this research dealing with? You're going to come up with 5 questions about your topic, and these 5 questions cannot have a yes or no answer. You want to be able to have questions that are open-ended enough that you can use to try to research more information about things that you've questioned about this topic, stuff that you're interested in learning a little bit more about, but they do not need to have a yes or no answer because you want them to be open-ended enough so that you can actually find the answers to these questions. You'll state your questions as I've given you right here. In order to investigate the ineffectiveness of vicious dog laws, I'll ask questions such as the following, colon. Notice that this is underlined and this is underlined as part of the purpose statement, and then you have your 5 questions listed. You're not answering these questions. The answers will come as you research, and this will help you kind of develop the ideas that you'll include in the body paragraphs later on. You can actually kind of springboard from this in order to determine what it is that you're going to research and how you're going to present your paper. The research plan is basically where you go through and kind of do a process mini essay. You're going to talk about the steps of your investigation. What kind of stuff have you actually looked into? What databases, websites did you search? What did you find from these databases and websites? What articles did you read? Why did you go through and consult these particular articles? What's your overall goal? What do you hope to accomplish from all of this? What are your strengths and weaknesses with writing? Have you ever done a research paper before? Are you a poor essay writer? How are you going to overcome these weaknesses? I put here a little note that says remember that your article titles are going to be always in quotation marks, and database names are going to be italicized. So if you say I consulted EBSCOhost, SIRS, Academic Search Premier, you're going to italicize the names of those databases, and anytime you have an article title, article titles will always be in quotation marks. I consulted the following articles. Each one of them would be in quotation marks. So now when you look at this right here that gives you the directions for what the research proposal is, I've also included in the module 2 example research proposals, and when you click on those you'll be able to kind of see the way that this particular one is set up. You'll see up here at the heading, and it's given the topic up here at the top. This person was doing something dealing with the BCS system and bowl championships and playoff systems for their research topic, and you'll notice here that you have each section: overview, you have the purpose statement, and then you have the research plan. The headers are up at the top, and you'll notice that this person gave a specific overview of what it is that was done. They used first person, which is perfectly fine in this essay, that you can use first person as you present, but there's really no reason to actually mention specifically what it is that you've done up here. You're going through and just basically giving an overview of what the topic is. The purpose statement kind of gives the background information, and then it gives the 5 questions, and then the research plan goes through and tells specifically what kind of stuff that the person did in order to investigate this process. There was another sample that you can click on and look at dealing with wellness plans, and you'll notice here that it gives the same exact examples: an overview, a purpose statement with the 5 questions, and then of course the research plan, the stuff that the person has consulted in the plan that they're attempting to try to take. They went down here and they marked how many words was actually in the articles so that the person who's reading it could see it, but keep in mind that whenever you upload it, I'll be able to see how many words are in each one of the things that you turn in.